Some people don't get the chance to be children for very long. They learn responsibility early. They become the emotional support, the problem solver, the mature one. And for years, they may hear that they grew up too fast, as if it's only something that took something away from them. But what many people don't realize is that growing up fast doesn't just shape survival skills. It quietly builds strengths that others spend years trying to develop. If you grew up feeling older than your age, there's a good chance you develop traits that make you emotionally intelligent, deeply aware, and incredibly resilient, even if you don't always see it that way. Here are 4 hidden psychological traits often formed by growing up fast and why they are more powerful than they seem. Number 1, you develop strong emotional awareness. When you grow up in an environment where you have to read the room quickly, whether to avoid conflict, support others, or adapt to unpredictable situations, you naturally become highly sensitive to emotions. Psychology shows that children who experience early responsibility often develop advanced emotional perception skills. They learn to notice subtle changes in tone, body language, and mood because it once helped them stay safe or maintain stability. At times, this can feel overwhelming. You might feel like you absorb other people's emotions easily. You might notice tension that others ignore. But this sensitivity is also a rare strength. It allows you to understand people deeply, build meaningful relationships, and offer comfort in ways that feel natural to you. For example, you may be the friend who instantly notices when someone says, "I'm fine," but clearly isn't. You might instinctively know how to support others without them needing to explain themselves fully. Research indicates that high emotional awareness is strongly connected to empathy and strong interpersonal bonds. What once developed as a survival skill often becomes a powerful ability to connect and care for others authentically. Number 2, you became highly responsible and reliable. Growing up fast often means learning that certain things depend on you. Maybe you helped take care of siblings. Maybe you handled emotional responsibilities that felt too heavy for your age. Maybe you learned early that mistakes had bigger consequences, so you trained yourself to be careful, dependable, and prepared. Research in developmental psychology suggests that early responsibility can accelerate the development of self-discipline and accountability. While others may still be learning how to manage their time or commitments, you already carry an internal sense of duty. You show up when people need you. You follow through on promises. You think ahead. Sometimes this trait can feel like pressure. You may struggle to relax or feel guilty when you prioritize yourself. But reliability is one of the most valued human qualities. It builds trust in relationships, careers, and friendships. People often feel safe around you because they know you are someone they can depend on. What might feel like you had to grow up too soon often becomes the reason others see you as strong, stable, and trustworthy. Number 3, you developed deep resilience. Growing up fast often means facing challenges without the luxury of avoidance. You may have had to adapt quickly, solve problems independently, or carry emotional weight that felt unfair for your age. While this can leave scars, it also builds something incredibly powerful: resilience. Psychology research indicates that individuals who navigate early adversity often develop stronger coping mechanisms and adaptability later in life. You may notice that when life becomes chaotic, you don't freeze as easily as others. You know how to keep moving. You know how to survive uncertainty because you've done it before. For example, when unexpected problems arise, you might instinctively shift into problem-solving mode instead of panic. You might find strength during moments when others feel overwhelmed. This doesn't mean the experience was easy or painless, but it means you developed the ability to endure and recover, a skill that shapes confidence in ways that success alone often cannot. Resilience isn't about never struggling. It's about knowing you can survive struggle and still grow from it. Number 4, you became deeply independent and self-aware. Many people who grow up fast learn early that they must rely on themselves, emotionally or practically. Over time, this can create strong independence. Research suggests that early autonomy can encourage advanced self-reflection and decision-making skills. You might spend more time analyzing your thoughts, understanding your behavior, and trying to improve yourself. You might notice patterns in relationships quickly. You might feel comfortable spending time alone, reflecting, or working through problems internally. At times, independence can feel lonely. You may struggle to ask for help or trust others fully. But independence also builds self-trust, the quiet confidence that you can handle life even when support is not immediately available. This self-awareness often leads to emotional maturity. You may understand your triggers, your values, and your boundaries more clearly than most people your age. That clarity becomes a foundation for personal growth and healthier relationships over time. Number 5, you developed deep intuition about people and situations. When you grow up navigating complex emotional environments, your brain becomes skilled at detecting patterns quickly. Psychology shows that early exposure to emotionally demanding situations can strengthen intuitive judgment. You learn to sense when something feels wrong, when someone isn't being honest, or when a situation might become unstable. You might find yourself trusting gut feelings more than logical explanations sometimes, and surprisingly, research suggests that intuition is often based on the brain processing subtle environmental cues that we don't consciously notice. For example, you may walk into a room and instantly feel the emotional atmosphere. You might pick up on people's intentions before they openly show them. This intuition often helps you make wise decisions and avoid harmful situations, even if you can't always explain why you feel that way. Growing up fast doesn't just sharpen awareness, it trains your mind to observe and understand human behavior on a deeper level. If you grew up feeling like you had to mature too quickly, it's important to acknowledge both sides of that experience. Yes, you may have missed moments of ease or simplicity, but you also developed emotional depth, resilience, empathy, and strength that cannot be taught easily. These traits are not flaws, they are evidence of your ability to adapt, survive, and grow in environments that demanded more than most people would ever understand. You are not too sensitive, you are emotionally aware. You are not too serious, you are responsible and thoughtful. You are not too independent, you are self-reliant and strong. You are not overthinking, you are deeply observant and intuitive. Growing up fast may have shaped you in ways that felt difficult, but it also created parts of you that are incredibly powerful and valuable. If this video helped you understand yourself a little better, you're not alone in this journey. There are many hidden psychological strengths that people carry without even realizing it. Subscribe for more insights into personality, emotional growth, and the quiet traits that make you who you are.